Hello, 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 and welcome, you beautiful people. Welcome to the Elle Murasaki Show, our live hot topics. We discuss it all from real news to entertainment news. We are here Monday through Friday at 1 p.m., giving you your daily dose of hot topics. Want to shout out that we are trying something new today. Okay. We have switched up the layout. We are giving it to you in a what is this, vertical as opposed to horizontal, because I noticed yesterday the people on the Instagrams, y'all had logged in, y'all was watching. Amen. We love you so much. But you couldn't see us. You could hear us, but you couldn't see us. And let's be real, this isn't the radio. Y'all not gonna sit around when it's supposed to be visual and not look at it. So we switched it up. We're doing something different today. Also, listen, what Genuine say, I'm not doing this for nothing. Okay. Talk to me in the comments. I promise I'm gonna be talking back, right? I want to see the hellos, the good mornings. We're here, we're chit-chatting, we're giving you the news, right? Um, so talk to me, right? Still remember that my DMs are open if you have a crazy my man, my ex, my whoever cheated on me story. We want to hear about it. Yesterday, Vanessa was here and we talked about Lil Scrappy basically saying, not basically, he said that Rashida should stay exactly where she is, and that all of y'all who was saying that she should go are stupid because these people have made millions together. No, that's not how it works. But again, if you have a crazy breakups or crazy cheating story that you want to submit, you can remain anonymous. Just tell me about it. You can send that over to management at elmurasaki.com. Okay. That's what you can do with your little self, right? Because we love the tea. Boom. Let's put it in the comments for you guys. Okay, y'all. Today, finally, some news that does not involve Diddy. You can send that email over to management at elmurasaki.com. Okay. Wherever you are, whatever platform you are watching, go ahead and tap that screen, give it a few likes, and share it to some people, right? We all know y'all not feeling some of the daytime talk shows that come on. TB spilt on the street. So you might as well get into my little daytime show. So go ahead on and send it to some people before we get deep into the comments and the topics of it all. What was I gonna say to y'all? Monday, not Monday, Wednesday. That's tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern. Hello, hello to the people coming on in the room. Tomorrow, Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern, I will be live with Millicent, Too Raw, Too Real, the Zactivist, and Double D Mother for our political show, The Political Pulse. Okay. It really meets you right at the intersection of pop culture and politics, but we will be talking about the election break. I mean, not the election, child. Help me. Coffee break. Talking about the vice presidential debate, breaking all of that down. In other news, I have been testing out merch for y'all. I have been sitting here at my desk with my new little swivel chair, a ting, 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 testing out blankets for y'all so we can have our Let's Chit Chat blankets for the wintertime. That way, when you sitting here watching the live, getting your tea, maybe you watching a replay. We love a replay crew. Hey, y'all. You can be cuddled up under your Let's Chit Chat blanket. Okay. Hello, hello to the people in the live, and hello to our virtual producer, Miss Tammy, better known here to the chit chatters as Norm. Yes, like and share the live. We want to start off with just a little bit of politics junkie. We want to say happy birthday to President Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter makes history as the first U.S. president to hit triple digits. Okay. At this Joe Biden, okay, Uncle Joe. Uncle Joe, I love you down, but I was going to say, child, at this point, Jimmy Carter and Joe Biden damn near the same age, right there. Okay. Hello. Truth be told. Finally, we have some news that is not Diddy related, right? But it is equally as big, equally as explosive. I will say it impacts our lives about equally as much. We've got the longshoremen are on strike for the first time since 1977. Port workers strike on the East and Gulf Coast. Again, this is the first time since 1977 that the port workers, the longshoremen, have gone on strike. They walked off the job yesterday at 11:59 everywhere from Florida to Baltimore all the way to New Jersey where I'm at, okay? Y'all know I'm a blue collar girl. We are a blue collar state here in New Jersey. And so the impacts will be felt. But one thing that I don't like is I don't like no fear mongering. I don't like all of that. Oh, go to the grocery store. You got, I don't, mm-mm. Mm-mm. We got to be real, okay? When it's time to be scared, we're going to be scared. But when it's time to use our noggins, we are going to use our noggins. First and foremost, if you have not gone to the grocery store, there is no reason for you to hang up this live and go right now, okay? Right? Yes, here in Texas, Maine, this is all of the East Coast, Gulf coasts, right? All of those longshoremen, okay? So, they did say off the back, I don't want to lie to you. I don't want to tell you no lies, child. And y'all be like, Elle said, if listen, if you like bananas, if that might be the first thing you feel an impact on. Okay. It's some bananas. But you do not have to go out and bulk buy toilet tissue, bulk buy chicken. You don't have to get crazy. Right. So first things here that you want to know is a lot of these big corporations have made allowances and prepared for this. This is not these strikes. I know y'all feel like, oh, we just got about it at the neighborhood talk. We just got about it in the news. These people know these things are happening, right? So they have made Walmart's, Amazon's, the people, they have made preparations. Are we going to be real and say that this going to put a little bit of a kink in Prime Day, October 8th through 9th? Yes, we are. But again, the stuff will still be here. Now, here is something that I want to debunk right here at the top. Where's my finger? Jonathan said it's going to be COVID all over again, only if you make it. Okay. Kathy Hochul, the governor over in New York, has come out. All of our politicians have come out and said, this ain't that, that ain't this. Right. It can be that if you make it. And COVID really didn't have to be all of that. Y'all could have very much left some of that toilet tissue on the shelves, but you didn't. But you didn't. Y'all was a little crazy with it. That's wild. Okay, but you don't have to do that, right? That's number one. So there are pretty much plans in place until about the 2-week mark. Now, if we just being real honest, this is not no fear mongering. There's only but so much preparedness you could be. So we've got companies, Walmart's, Amazon's, the grocery stores. Them people, they prepared to stick with you for about 14 days. At about that 14-day mark, it's looking wrong one. It's looking a little a little shaky. Okay. Again, if you want a full breakdown on everything that is happening inside of this, I did about a 2-minute video over on my socials. It's up on LinkedIn, it is up on TikTok, it is up on Instagram, and it is up on Twitter. I broke down what they are going through in these negotiations. But the thing that you have to realize, right, is that there is a liaison in between the longshoremen and the companies, right? They represent the companies. These companies that longshoremen ship the products and whatnot out for, they are seeing record level profits, specifically $400 billion in between 2020 and 2023. There's also another story where one of the CEOs from this company gave himself a $4 billion, where's my fingers, $4 billion raise, and then split it up amongst their company. They also have been doing things like only wanting to give admin workers um raise increases and not increases to the boots on the ground, the longshoremen, the people actually making sure that these companies run. And so they are saying, listen, if you don't see the value in me, that's okay. I see the value in me. And so I'll stop working. And then you can tell me just how valuable I am. Again, these contract negotiations that they are down to, they're asking for a $5 annual increase over the next 6 years, right? So the average longshoreman makes about $39 an hour. So the first one would take them up $5, and then next year they'd get another five, and so on and so forth for 6 years. Exactly. We're not talking about much. Norm says, I still have toilet tissue from COVID. Honestly and truly, a lot of people do. Me, the way I shop, I didn't need none. I'm stocked up. Stocked up. I'm glad I worked at Kroger. I was able to get toilet paper from the back. Not you was like them TJ Maxx employees hiding the Snoopy stuff, child. Oh my God. Tonight, okay, we have the candidates. They are going to face off in the presidential, or excuse me, vice presidential debate. Tim Walz and JD Vance will face off tonight. Let's chit chat about the things that you need to know. Now, first thing that I found real interesting about this debate, hold on. Before we get to the debate, I want to circle back here. Yes. So also the longshoremen are fighting for automation. One of the back and forths that they gave is the company came up actually in the dollar amount that they wanted to offer. They didn't meet the $5, but they came up in the dollar amount that they wanted to offer, but they also wanted to have control over day-to-day um uh uh like scheduling conflict. If you're late, right? Like admin stuff. If you're late, the CEO wanted to have in on that conversation. And basically, the president of the ILA was saying no, because you only want in on this conversation so that you can be harsh, you can write them up, and then you can go ahead and fire these people and then bring in the automation that you want. We see the play, we see right through it. What the ILA is doing is very, very big for a lot of unions. I think that they are going to lay out the playbook because again, striking right now today is not like what it was. We're talking about AI, we're talking about automation, we're talking about things that can render some jobs essentially down to nothing. And so what do you do when your job is replaced by a robot, right? Yeah. Okay. Moving back on to the vice presidential debate that is happening tonight. This is a 90-minute debate. Both sides have agreed to this. Okay. Here are some of the rules, though, that they have to abide by. Now, different from the presidential debate, the mics will be unmuted. Okay. So that means when JD Vance is not speaking, his mic will still be hot, and the same for Tim Walz. Now, what the moderators have is the ability to go in and mute the mic. So just because you're hot doesn't mean that you get to remain hot forever. Okay. Another rule that they have is that they cannot take any the eyelash tried to attack me. They cannot take any pre-written notes on to the stage with them. They don't have any knowledge of questions beforehand, and they cannot take any notes. Okay. This is like, do you know your stuff? Fact checking will be happening in the moment, but again, you have to remember that these moderators feel like this is not my job to fact check. Personally, I would like to see some sort of AI company sponsor. I don't know, child. I'm not a tech girly, so correct me if it exists, but I would like to see like a Perplexity, a Chat GPT, somebody come in and run a live ticker on the bottom of the screen. Right. I think that would be great branding, great visibility. That's a good partnership. And it would allow things to be fact checked in real time. And my thing is, if if you can't trust Perplexity to fact check it in real time on the screen during a debate, I'll be damned if you need to be putting your information in when it's not a debate. You know what I'm saying? So this is like it goes hand in hand. They can show you how trustworthy they are as a company, and we can see immediately, hey, that's not factual. Imagine, let me give you an example. Imagine how effective it would have been when Donald Trump started with they're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. And immediately, if an app, this sounds like I'm being paid by Perplexity, but I'm absolutely not. Perplexity, I'm available, right? But could you imagine if an app like Perplexity, Chat GPT, whatever AI uses, I mean, Google uses, whatever, Gronk, whatever, right? If that was at the bottom of the screen and it was immediately able to be fact checked, we wouldn't be sitting on some of these news channels that we're sitting on talking about the jokes that have come out of it, right? People have to laugh to keep from crying. So when humor can be found at a moment, people are going to laugh at that. You can't fault them for that. You can't say to people, stop doing they're eating the dogs, they're eating the cat dance. People are finding humor in what is honestly and truly a very heavy election. There is a lot on the line. And I said this yesterday. If you have not decided who you're voting for, there is not a policy that can be cited to make you change your mind. This is going to come down to who truly represents you the best. When they open their mouth, you say like, yes, or do you be like, that's what the election is really going to come down to. And again, because it's going to be that fragile, because the margin of error is so infinitesimal, we are going to need things like quick and in real time fact checking. Because once it gets turned into a dance, you can run with it. Once you can go on Fox and there is no, well, hey, you said this, and right after you said it, Perplexity told us, Chat GPT told us, Gronk, whoever told us that was a lie. Surveys determined you were wrong. We can kind of put a lid almost on some of the damage that then happens, because the fallout from lies, as small as they're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats, is real. Is real. We saw what happened in Ohio off of one lie. There has to be fact checking. There has to be real time stuff. Another thing that I thought was interesting that came out of the possibility, or rather came out of the conversation of tonight's vice presidential debate. What are words? Jesus Christ. Something that I found interesting that came out of the discussion of tonight's vice presidential debate was the possibility that Donald Trump's ego is not going to be able to take this, right? So part of the left's strategy is that they are going to make this debate so good. Walls is going to mollywop Vance so good that Trump is going to come back and be like, yeah, and hold on. Right now, I have something to say again. And I know I said I wasn't going to do no more debates, but I want another debate. And that that will be ratings gold, political science gold. It will be amazing. Now, truly, if I worked on Donald Trump's team now, I wouldn't let him do that. I'd be like, thank you for your interest in now another debate. Kelly Clarkson, you had your chance, you blew it, set down somewhere, right? But we also know Trump does exactly what he wants to do. I personally would like to get back to the days where we watched debates up until a week before. Could you imagine being 7 days out from the election and we're debating and now we got that fact checking on the screen? Hey, we might could get into some things, okay? Something that I also found interesting, and again, before I show you these polls, I don't want to hear it in the comments. We are clear that polls do not win elections, people do. But I'm going to find I find it interesting what the polls say. Okay. So currently in the national polls, we've got Kamala Harris up 50% over Trump. So we got 46 points on Trump, 50 on Kamala Harris. These again are just projected pollings as of today. I would like to see how this stacks up against tonight's debate. When you break it down and you look at some important swing states, you've got Trump leading less than a point. You've got Harris up less than a point in Pennsylvania, Trump up one whole point in Georgia, but there's about a 5-point swing there. So who knows? You've got Harris up in Nevada, Michigan, Wisconsin, and then Trump up 2 in Arizona. We're always going to see Trump up in states like Florida and Texas. That's to be expected. But again, I would like to see how these numbers fare over the next coming days after the vice presidential debate, because I do believe I don't know. Let me see. Y'all are quiet in the comments today. Do you care about the VP debate today? And who do you think is going to come out one top? Do you think that this is going to be a good night for Walls? Do you think this is going to be a good night for Vance? Or do you think that it's not going to move the needle? Either way, I want to hear what you have to say while you guys are typing that. I'm telling y'all, if y'all don't start talking to me in these comments, that's how I'm gonna sit here, and we just gonna sit here and we're gonna look at each other, because that's damn near what it's like. If I'm talking to you, talk back. I say good morning, you say good morning, right? Don't make me have to bully y'all into communication. That's not cute. That's not hot. Again, I don't want to be like Beyonce and remind y'all the same day that the things drop. I'm telling you right now, merch is coming. I've got the blankets on my lap. I'm wrapped up in the throw blankets. Winter is coming. We getting some merch. Get your coins, put them to the side. Okay? Right. Thank you. Norm said it don't matter to her. She said, I don't need to hear nothing from these vice presidential candidates. Okay. My thing is, I get that it is an election year and we have to do all of this, but like, God, why do we have to keep giving platforms to liars? People who are not telling the truth. I don't like that. Doesn't make me happy. Let's check in with the lovely people over on the Instagrams. What y'all got going on over there? And as you're talking to us in the comments, hello, hi, if you are. And same to the lovely people over on Twitter. Y'all know I love you bad. Y'all know I do. So if you're over on Twitter, please make sure you're retweeting, you're tapping the screen, you're getting into all of the things. Y'all, we are in the middle of housewife season. Okay. This is like the Olympics for us Bravo grubs, right? We've got Orange County, Dubai, which just wrapped up. Orange County, which is in the middle of wrapping up. Today is premiere day for season 2 of Roni Legacy, or not Legacy, Roni Reboot. We've got Potomac that is getting ready to air, and Salt Lake City is on episode 3 this week. Okay, please hold on to your wigs if you can. Now, we're going to get into some Real Housewives of Potomac here in a second, and I still don't know if I'm going to watch. Maybe I'll binge it like one day when it gets dark at 3 o'clock or something like that, and it's already 6 episodes on. But I'm not going to lie to you. I might tell you a joke, but I will never tell you a lie. Salt Lake City has me in a chokehold, baby. That thing got me. It won't turn me loose. Do you hear me? Salt Lake City is so juicy. It is so good. It is giving. I never thought 2 episodes of a show would wrap me up and hold me tight, baby. It did. And let me tell you why I'm so shooketh. I'm so shooketh because when episode 1 started, it was given very much bore. It was given very much. Okay. I went to sleep. I did. And then second half of episode 2 kicked in. They started jumping Whitney at the table. And I said, hold on. I like this. I'm in to this. Okay. The way. Put a snowflake in the chat. I'm telling y'all gonna stop ignoring me now. Put a snowflake in the chat if you watching Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Some of these shows I haven't been into lately, but some of them have been working for me, and Salt Lake City is one of them. Okay. So we've got Lisa, who is throwing a little Bezos party. You know how it is. You got to get the girls back together. This is the first episode of the season, right? And because the girls have not been together, everybody wants to air out their grievances. Okay. So that's what you've got. You got episode one. The first half of episode one is everybody catching up, figuring out their grievances and all of that. Right. We've got a newcomer into the show. This girl that Heather brought in, Heather, and we're gonna get some of these housewives to come up on here because they gonna be bumping their gums. Heather, I think you brought that girl on because you know you ain't have no storyline, Booski. I think you knew that you wasn't gonna be talking about that black eye no more. You was able to hide up under Monica. You was able to hide, but you can't hide no more, right? We don't have no more bloggers trying to expose you in the group, so you very much gonna have to talk about something. And you're not. And you're not. And that's sad, right? Because Heather, I think you have that potential, girl. And I don't know what it is in your personal life or that you're trying to hide. I don't know if you want all of your girls to go to college before you just settle into your Giselle-ness. But you're not wearing it. You're not walking in it. And that's bothering me. That's upsetting me and my homegirls, right? Because Heather, you get the game. Giselle don't know how to play it without getting nasty, right? Giselle plays the game and then it's, oh, your husband made me feel uncomfortable. Girl, what? What? How did we get here? That's not nice nasty. But you, Heather, you understand the nice nasty. You know how to bring the girls in. You know how to make them open up to you. And then boom, you turn around and you hit them with everything that you open up with that they opened up to you about. That's good, right? And then on top of that, you don't mind drinking. You don't mind getting sloppy drunk. And let's be real, that's what these shows is about. I want to see you get wild, right? I want to see you on the little girls trip acting a fool. And Heather, you know how to do that. But it's something that's not connecting for me right now. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if you got a little gin going on in your business. I don't know if you just, like I said, really want the kids to get grown and get out the house. I don't know what it is, but you ain't walking in it just yet. And I need you to walk in your little green eye bandit because you could do it better than the green eye bandit. So I want you to own your motherness. Y'all, thank you for letting me talk to Heather for a second because she just needed to hear that. And then there is Mary. I wouldn't let Mary lay a 10-foot pole on me. I wouldn't let her speak a word of encouragement next to me. Better yet, to me, right? But I love her down on this show. I love her down on this show. When that girl that couldn't get that Osmond boy to commit to her started telling Mary, "You shut up, you shut up." And Lisa said, "I think this is going a little far." Mary said, "It's not going far enough." I said, "Okay, Mary. Okay, Mary." But also, what I didn't like is you want to try and check that girl that the Osmond won't claim. You want to check her about her kids not talking to her for whatever the reason. But you got a whole 45-year-old son at the house who don't wear nothing but pajamas and ain't got a job, but got a wife that he hid from you. That makes no sense. And because it makes no sense, when it comes to other people and their relationships or their kids, everybody should be quiet, but you should be extra quiet, right? Because if we start talking about situations, i.e., the girl who the Osmond won't claim and her kids, if we start talking about those situations that don't make sense, we're going to have to say, are there any more situations that don't make sense? And you know what's going to be sitting in the corner going like this? It's going to be your son in his pajamas. And right next to that is gonna be a meme of you, the mama talking about something. You got the munchies. Now, how the boy who ain't got no job getting munchies? How he getting hired in giraffe's ass if he don't got no job? How is this man Get no coinage to get married. See, and that's the part, Mary. That's the part where it's like, I know that the mall is open, but my question is, are the people shopping? Because Mary, how that boy gonna use your money to go get a marriage license and then use more of your money to go get a money order, to go give it to the judge to marry him, all the while not telling you that that's what he's spending his money on, and then brings the girl back to your house, and you don't never say it's time for your ass to get a job. What? Eh, eh, eh. Hell no. Okay. Hell no. And that is just one reason that you couldn't even lay no hands on me, Pastor, because your house is far from in order. And I believe and receive that pastors are just human beings. People here to do the Lord's work. But oh my God, it's gonna be a level of togetherness that you have to have in the situation. Why is that boy at home? Nevertheless, Salt Lake City taglines are in. Here they go.
Don't play me. I've got the receipts, proof, and the screenshots.
I'm known for my tub, and this year I am bathing in glory. The only muted thing you'd find in my wardrobe is my black card.
You may have been in a sorority, but I'm Greek for life, baby.
On my healing journey, I always travel first class.
God is my shepherd, and you all look like sheep.
Tequila is my livelihood, and my lifestyle is always top shelf.
Tequila is my livelihood and my lifestyle is always top shelf. That was my personal favorite, but also very bold choice for somebody who who drinks Vita tequila. Exactly. Like is you stealing from them people? Is them FCC allegations true? That's what we want to know. Because I don't want to hear nothing about it. I'm telling you, Lisa Barlow lost her ring at New York Fashion Week. I think it was. They found it. It got back on her finger. But I can't do no more of that. I can't do no more of that. Now, Lisa did get a little activated. I think that was episode 2, and she threw her drink. She didn't throw it at anybody. She pulled a gin shaw. She threw it at the ground. Okay. I said, I I I might want to see where this is going. I personally don't like the throwing of the drinks and the fighting. I really don't like. Let me tell you what I really don't like. I don't like to see people older than me. I'm 34. I don't like to see people older than me on my television screen fighting. I really don't like to see the young kids doing it. I am not a world star fight video type of girl. I barely like boxing. Okay. Why we got to do all of that? Why can't we just sit and drink some champagne? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't compute to me. I don't understand. We couldn't talk about nothing. We had to fight. And I do know that some situations call for it, but not as often as these girls be getting into it on these housewife shows. So the things that lead to the physical altercations, I don't too much like that. However, seeing Lisa Barlow lose it and get activated and throw her drink out of her hand was like, okay, so either these girls got you mad or we got a lot of pent up going on. Cause I remember when Jen Shaw was throwing drinks at nobody in the air. Next season, we seen the feds at her door. So again, Lisa Barlow, did you steal them people's money? Like that's what I want to know. Potomac.
Can we learn about Jazzy? I mean, are you from the city? Where are you from?
I have been here for a few years now,
Okay.
but because I was an international flight attendant, I didn't spend a lot of time here. But my man Darius and I just found a house.
Oh, congratulations.
And, yeah,
Congratulations.
we're really excited.
So what does your man do?
My man is in the NFL.
Okay. What team?
Chiefs, Kansas City.
Oh, they just won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's the second Super Bowl.
Have you met Taylor Swift? No.
I have.
You have? We gotta talk about that. Oh, okay. I'm turning into a Swiftie.
Well, the decorations look fabulous. It really does look well in here.
Karen is
Fashionably late.
As she should be.
Have you talked to her? You haven't talked to her? Okay.
Well, she actually called me, so. But she told you she called you when she was drunk, so that really doesn't count.
Yeah.
She was drunk recently?
Recent?
She seemed a little tipsy on the phone. I want no parts. Didn't seem like a normal Karen conversation. It sounded like maybe she was drinking. I don't know.
Hi.
Child. Now, I wasn't going to put y'all through the little 6-minute preview that came out, but it's part of me that feels like Karen's DUI happened for a show storyline. What are you trying to say? I'm trying to say that she didn't really get no storyline. I'm trying to say she didn't really get no DUI because she didn't have no storyline. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say that I feel like all of this is made up and manufactured. That's what I'm trying to say. And it just feels like, and this is my disconnect with Potomac. It feels like Potomac and what was Beverly Hills, they've lightened it back up, praise God. But there's a different level of darkness that happens on that show that I'm just not into. There was no accountability for Giselle and the accusations that she hurled at Candace and Chris with absolutely no proof. Everything that she ended up saying happened on camera, we were able to see didn't happen. And she's just sitting there, a housewife. And I would feel this way even if my favorite housewife did that, right? This is not just because I'm not a fan of Giselle. And truly, I'm not a fan of Giselle because of who Giselle has shown us to be, her to be on the show. Okay. I started off Team Giselle. I wanted to like her season 1. Giselle ruined Giselle for me, right? But I'm beginning to feel as though the producers came to Karen and was like, listen, we're going to need something drastic from you. I know you say you and Ray are good. Y'all aren't getting a divorce. I know you said Raven is off limits. I know you said your son won't film, but we're going to need something. We've got to have a reason to keep you here. We can't continue arguing over who lives in Potomac and who doesn't live in Potomac. And then this happened because honestly, let's just be real. Getting DUIs works very well for housewives. If you play the cards right, there can be a rebranding and a bounce back that happens here that will make people forget about the severity of you actually having a DUI. And I'm just really starting to feel like this is staged. If you guys haven't seen the show Unreal, it's streaming on Netflix. The show is about the producers who make what would pretty much be The Bachelor. It's not called The Bachelor over there, but they produce a show, a dating show similar to The Bachelor. And what you get to see in that show is all of the behind the scenes conversations and manipulating that producers do in order to produce a good show. I'm telling you this because that's what it feels like is happening with Karen. They put a bug in her ear, and then either with production's help or without production's help, Karen made sure she secured the storyline because the first 3 minutes of the 6-minute trailer is all about Karen's DUI. They even reenacted. Hello, y'all not listening to me. They reenacted a crash for a DUI. So I'm just confused as to like if this wasn't planned, it was planned. Like, mm-mm. I don't believe in no other way. I'm actually going to show you. Let me see. Do I have the 6-minute video? Let me pull it up for you. Because I truly I was floored. I was floored, and me seeing this just supported my own theory. I was like, "Oh, I knew this is what was going on." And then when I saw it, I was like, "Oh yeah, I was absolutely correct in my feelings." 6 minutes of a trailer, almost 7 minutes. And all of it, for the most part, belongs to Karen. I can't get it on the screen for you guys, but I'm telling you, they reenact a whole DUI situation. What is this? And then you see her car swerving into a tree, and they are literally like playing in our faces. That's what's happening. They're playing in our faces. Oh, not the man is here. Hey, man. You haven't heard about it in the press since. And those are the things that make me feel like all of this is a pressure cooker, and it happens for the pressure cooker. Because again, to your point, you don't hear about none of this nonsense outside of filming season. It only happens during that time period. Here is some more of what Karen has to say about this season of Potomac.
I have heard that there's like a whiplash-inducing shock out of nowhere, no one's gonna see it coming, something between two women this season that hasn't been teased at all in anything we've seen.
Mm-hmm.
Is that true?
Always. Yes, it's true.
Give me a little something of who do we need to pray for, Karen?
I don't think that prayer is going to help.
Okay.
I think we have to just let it go and let it be and let it run its course. It is what it is. Some things you can make up and get, there's no relationship for me personally that I won't get over, and move on, because that's what I do. I move on. I don't roll in your comments today, tomorrow. Bring me something new. You just want my light shining on you. I get it. You need me to talk to you. I got you. Just 1 minute, though. 1 minute to shine. And bye-bye.
And then it's back to me.
And bye-bye. And back to me.
Okay. Grand Dame said, I am the show, right? She said basically what Dr. Heavenly said, if you leave and you want your spot back, I'll help you get it. I'll help you get your little spot back. It ain't no problem, big dog. It ain't no problem. I'll help you get your little spot back. I want to end off right here. Whack 100 says feds are coming for Yo Gotti after it was revealed in court that his CMG label allegedly paid for Young Dolph's killer's attorney fees. Duh. Like, is y'all cool? The feds was going to come looking after him. And then, child, I go refer to the video if you want to see it. It's up on Twitter. It's up on TikTok. It's up on Instagram. But I put out a video and I'm like, listen, Angela Simmons changing her voice and doing all of this for a man who saw to it that Young Dolph got up out of here. You cannot tell me if y'all believe that Erica knew about Tom, if y'all believe that Drea knew about R. Kelly, then we have to also believe that Yo Gotti knew about what Big Juck was doing. It's no different. It's no different. That's your label. That's your label. Angela walking around talking like, I don't even know what this country accent is. She say it's supposed to be Memphis because she been spending time with Yo Gotti and all of that, but it sounds like a bad acting class country accent. And to be doing all of that for a man who may or may not be getting ready to go down is quite honestly Embarrassing. I'm embarrassed. I was embarrassed when she was walking around with the pocketbook. I'm embarrassed every time I hear her with that accent. I was embarrassed when she was on stage with Yo Gotti and didn't know what to do. I'm just embarrassed by everything that is Angela and Yo Gotti. Next. It's embarrassing. That's all I have for you guys today. Okay. Excuse me. Please support the strike. We definitely support union workers over here. And we definitely support the strike that is happening out with the ILA from everywhere, from Maine to Texas to Jersey to Baltimore to Florida. They're on strike. Okay. So if you know a longshoreman, love a longshoreman. This is absolutely ridiculous. Watch the debate tonight. We will talk some more about it tomorrow over on my political show, The Pulse. Okay. The Political Pulse is a political show with me, your girl Millichan, Zach from the Zactivist, Kenny from Too Raw Too Real, and we sit up there and we talk about politics and how it relates to everyday people, right? Not just the numbers, not just the big word breakdowns, but how it actually relates to us as everyday humans. We give it to you in layman's terms. We are the pulse. We are the people. We are the heartbeat. This is what our people are fighting for. They're supposed to be working for us. So we are going to make it plain to you so you can join me right here back on my Instagram page, or you can go to Too Raw Too Real over on Twitter. You can go to the Zactorist over on Twitter. You can go to Millichan08. You can go to Double D Mother. We will be live on all platforms, on all of our pages, and we will be wrapping up this VP debate and all the breaking political news that is happening. That is tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern. Okay. Other than that, we will see you back here tomorrow at 1 p.m. And don't forget, this Friday, we will have Erica Cobb from Daytime Talk. It's a new show. Hold on. That's not shade. They just launched a new show because she was with Daily Blast. And that show is no longer. So she now has her new show. It's called Daytime Talk After Dark. But Erica Cobb from Daytime Talk After Dark will be joining us on Friday. We will be chit-chatting about all of the news, breaking it all down, getting her perspective on it. If you are not registered to vote, please go ahead and do that. That deadline is coming up. I think it is October 15th. If you are registered to vote, just double check your voter registration. You can just type in voter registration in your Google Chrome bar and give that a double check. Okay. Monday through Friday at 1 p.m. is when we will be here. Okay. Giving you your daily dose of hot topics, chit chatting about it all. I told you guys merch is coming. Put your little bit of coins to the side. Just hold me something to the side. I promise you. It's going to be cute. You're going to love it. All right. I love you guys for watching. Could have been anywhere on the internet, but you were here bumping your gums with me. And that is greatly appreciated. If you did not get to watch the whole thing, the replay will be up. Watch it. Send it to somebody. Love you.